My name is Christina Leinum. I'm an ordained Lutheran pastor, and I am a spokeswoman for ICJ in Jerusalem and here in Denmark. Darkness covers the earth, says the prophet Isaiah. It was darkness. It was like hell on earth, Saturday morning, the 7th of October. I was in the land when more than 2,000 terrorists came through the fence into Israel. Old and young terrorists attacking the same communities which I just 2 days before visited. And they told me how they invite the Palestinians to work to give them better opportunities. But still, they were killed in a brutal rage not seen since the Holocaust. Last week, I came home from visiting the Nova Festival site. Normally, it's full of poppy flowers, which I have here on my jacket. But now it's empty. Instead of this graveyard, a memorial site for more than 364 young people. I have to say, this is terrible. We just have this wonderful blessing to have 21 young students from the Christian gymnasium from the West Coast going this morning at 4 o'clock to come here to be with us. This is the next generation. Imagine that it could be them. Imagine that it could be you. This is really darkness cover the earth. It breaks your heart to visit the sites, to meet people who share their story, to greet family who lost a brother, a mother, or children, and feel the loneliness of the world silence and the trauma. And still, we have 101 hostages in Gaza. How can this be? I don't understand. How can we even sleep in the night when 104 hostages is in the tunnel in Gaza? It's not okay. Darkness covers the earth, like it did 80 years ago here in Copenhagen. I say to you, as a grandchild of policeman Daniel Leinum, who served as a young policeman here in Copenhagen, he witnessed how elite SS soldiers and heavily armed German soldiers, 19th of September 44, stormed the police station here in Copenhagen. Around 2,000 policemen were captured and escorted to the harbor to be shipped into cargo hold at Cometa ship and sailed to Lübeck. From there, transported first to Leinum, concentration camp, and then Buchenwald. My grandfather survived, and he came home in May 45 with the white buses, alive, but marked for life by the trauma of witnessing pure evil. He had witnesses unbelievable rage against the Jewish people. My father, who I have invited to be with us today, he bear my grandfather's dog tag on his neck. It is to be reminded of what a sort of fight this is. My grandfather's testimony is based on his faith. He looked up in prayer beyond the darkness, and he survived by the Judeo-Christian faith, which was passed on to him by his ancestors. He always told us to love the Jewish people, because as the prophet Isaiah also speaks about, the light from Zion. The light from Zion, that nations will come to this light. And you know, friends, the light of Zion is the Judeo-Christian values and belief. It is the belief that life itself is holy, created in the image of God. The light of Zion comes from the holiness of the 10 commandments given by God, first to the nation of Israel and then to all nations, as a holy example and character of God's holy love. Love your neighbor. That's the light from Zion. You can read that in both the holy scriptures of the Jewish people and in the New Testament. When Israel is still having to fight for their lives by standing against 7 fronts of terror organizations as the only democracy in the Middle East, they are rising and shining with the holy light from Zion. In 5 Muslim countries, it is forbidden to have pro-Palestinian demonstration. Did you know that? Did you know that when IDF got into Gaza home, everywhere my Kampf was in the home? We have to understand that this cause of fight is darkness. Pure evil is standing against the light coming out from Zion. I say to you all who have been blessed by the light from Zion, it is time to rise and shine for the Judeo-Christian faith. Israel is rising and shining and taking battle on behalf of us and for the rights to her homeland. We have to rise and shine in gratitude and honor for what we have received by our ancestors. My grandfather went to Buchenwald because he didn't want to cooperate with the Nazis. And we all know in Denmark that young men were killed because they were in the resistance fighter troop. And that's why we are sitting here and we can believe and we can be free and we can believe in the Judeo-Christian faith. Our kingdom of Denmark is grounded in the Judeo-Christian belief. And in every time and season, we must be ready to fight for what we believe in. If we want to bless the next generation, we have to fight now. We have to stand and in honor stand for our Judean Christian faith, which is the light from Zion. Israel is shining. I say to you, brothers and sisters, let's rise and shine. Amen.